crazy to think. 126 times these teams have played. And unless they meet in the Big 12 championship later on, this could be the final time. Jamie Pinkerton, we kind of talked about that with him. He has coached against Oklahoma in his stops at Tulsa, Arkansas, and Iowa State. But this could be the final time. Malaysia Ochoa 0 for 4 yesterday, but did have a pair of walks and a first pitch strike from Deal. Ochoa, one of those seniors that comes in and hits her. So Malaysia Ochoa to first base on that hit by pitch. That is the third batter hit by pitch by Deal this season.
Deal just trying to come up and in at the hands. Just got to get comfortable.
Angelina Allen now rolls one to first. Sanders decides to just take it to the bag and get the sure out on Allen. Ochoa advances down to second base. And the batter will be Tiana Poole. Poole, part of the sophomore class, batted .250 a season ago. Swings right through that one. You know, Deal was the #1 recruit in the class of 2022 and really got on a roll toward the end of last season in the circle for the Sooners. You see the numbers on Poole, .275 average. So I think it was 15 scoreless innings to close last season for Deal. And the Sooner staff just had it on lockdown through the postseason.
Good pitch. You can see Tiana Poole, the way that she's approaching the batter's box. She's got that back leg kind of kicked out towards the back of the box, trying to angle her body towards that outside pitch.
Poole was 1 for 4 yesterday in the doubleheader. It's kind of getting the feel for the zone, what it's going to be from Brad Newton, who is the plate umpire. Naomi Erdahl is down at first, and Kaylee Young is the third base umpire. Is the low strike going to be available? That was the test there. And strike 3. Don't know if he said she went around or if it was just a strike. One way or the other, it is out number 2.
The key here is understanding the strike zone with Brad Newton behind the plate. Yesterday we saw some consistent strikes being called on that outside corner or inside to a righty.
Ranches drove in the only 2 runs for the Cyclones yesterday, had 2 hits, 1 in each game of the doubleheader, batting nearly 300 with 14 driven in. Waves right through that one. 1-1 the count. Ranch is a quiet leader, been the starter at shortstop the last 2 seasons. Jamie Pinkerton said if you don't ask her a question, you never hear from her. Just goes about her work. 2 strikes now.
So Kirsten trying to climb that ladder.
Renchez not going to take the climb with her on that pitch. Malaysia Ochoa reached base on a hit by pitch. Deal trying to leave her out there. Strike 3 called as she busts one back over the inner half. Back-to-back strikeouts to close the first for different starting lineups for the Hall of Fame head coach Patty Gasso this season. And here's a look at the one that she rolls out for this series finale against Iowa State. The freshman Cassidy Pickering, who leads the Sooners in batting average. Then Alyssa Brito and Sydney Sanders, who hit 3 home runs yesterday. And the other freshman, Ella Parker, today batting in the number 5 spot. Cassidy Pickering, 2 for 5 yesterday. Ripped into straightaway center field, but right at Malaysia Ochoa for the first out. That was squared up by Cassidy Pickering. Aziza Rodriguez is the pitcher this afternoon for Iowa State. Freshman from San Dimas, California. The Cyclones have yet to repeat a pitcher so far in this series. Saya Swain, it looks like, is unavailable as she's battled some back problems this season. But again, a very youthful pitching staff for Kate Sinnott, the pitching coach, and Jamie Pinkerton. Alyssa Brito in.
We'll see Rodriguez kind of working both sides of the plate. She does have a changeup.
Brito off to a fast start, batting .452, 7 home runs, which ties her with Sydney Sanders for the team lead. Three balls and no strikes now to Brito. Top 3 in the Big 12 in home runs and runs scored. First team All-American last season for the Sooners. An excellent defender. Remember, she was a shortstop at Oregon before she transferred to Oklahoma. She draws the 1-out walk in the first. And you just cannot afford to give Oklahoma free bases.
I think that's one thing that we've got to see out of this Iowa State pitching staff is just keep the ball down, keep the ball in the yard, but also you cannot afford any free passes.
And here is Sydney Sanders. 3 home runs, 7 runs batted in yesterday. She has driven in 13 runs in the month of March. That's 9 days coming into today. And 13 runs driven in the month. She occupies the number 3 spot. Sooners hit 5 home runs and had 6 doubles in the doubleheader yesterday. Check swing, foul ball here. Got to be aware because, you know, the net goes way up there, but those foul balls can still catch you in the first couple of rows above the dugout. This place is packed again. I mean, it's over 4,000 fans every time they open the gates, and I don't blame them. Little bit low and blocked by Camille Marin. Let's look at that picture, the beautiful State of Oklahoma scoreboard with the line score on the panhandle. It's about 500 plus feet away. Two and 2 now to Sanders. What's got her so locked in so early this season, Destiny?
I think it's just the way that she's seeing the ball. She's just so patient. And I know just a bit ago we saw one check swing, but I think that's the first check swing I've ever seen out of Sanders. She's so decisive and so sure that when she's going to swing, she typically gets after it. I don't feel like she takes very many pitches off. She's really zoned in on the strike zone.
That will run the count full on Sanders. Rodriguez is given the walk to Brito. Man, this is a dangerous pitch for her early in this game. Ball 4, little up. And now back-to-back walks to Brito and Sanders to get Tiare Jennings to the plate.
We've seen just about every pitcher on their pitching staff, minus Swain, who's battling an injury. But we've seen Carly Charles, we've seen Tatum Johnson, Jaden Ralston, Lauren Skirman. So whoever, if they decide to go to the bullpen at any point this game, we've seen every option that they have.
And honestly, it was really Skirman who was the most effective yesterday for Iowa State. She kept the Sooners at bay for the first 3 or 4 innings of the opening game yesterday. There is the head coach, Jamie Pinkerton. Previous stops as a head coach at Tulsa, Arkansas, and Montana, but he's a University of Tulsa graduate and originally from Broken Arrow. And he was telling us about the uniqueness that he played or coached a team that played at all 3 different University of Oklahoma softball venues. Back to Reeves Park across the street, across Jenkins from Marita Hines Field, where his teams also played, and now here at Loves Field.
Can you only imagine the amount of growth he's seen in the sport over his 30-year career? Just being able to be a part of Reeves Park, Marita Hines, now Loves Field. Not only the development of those facilities, but just the sport in general. And the amount of exposure.
And he's been at 3 different programs as this one skips out of Marin's glove. But he has been at 3 different programs who built a stadium while he was head coach. So he said, I feel what Coach Gasso and the staff have gone through, but as you said, Destiny, he just marvels at the growth in the sport. And what this facility here means for all of softball. 2-0 to Jennings. And it feels like she is due. She rarely goes 2 games without a hit. And she didn't have a hit in either game yesterday. So many records that she is approaching. She's approaching 2nd in career doubles in University of Oklahoma history.
Season's just getting started.
Scored a passed ball, by the way, advancing Brito to 3rd and Sanders down to 2nd. In the air to right, wind is blowing this way, back to the fence, and it's gone. A 3-run home run. Tiare Jennings hitless on the weekend no more, and in a big way with a blast to right center field to get the Sooners on top 3-0.
Chad, you called that. You knew she was due. It's rare that she goes 2 games without getting herself aboard, but what a pitch. Seeing it later in the zone, taking that opposite field.
So we do have a different wind today. It was a little chillier yesterday, had a north breeze coming in, and that's one of the nuances that we are discovering about Loves Field, is that Sooner home run presented by OERB, the people of Oklahoma Oil and Natural Gas. But when it blows to right field, it is a real power alley, and Oklahoma can send it out of the park with the best of them. Here's Ella Parker. She had 2 hits yesterday. So now you're Rodriguez. How do you settle back into this? And really, she's fallen behind all 4 batters that she's faced.
It's tough. I think her main goal needs to be just keep the ball in the yard, keep the ball down in the zone. When you've got to face a lineup like this with Pickering, Brito, Sanders, Jennings, Parker, Coleman, I mean, it's never ending with hitters who are capable of sending it out. She's got to keep the ball down. She's got to keep it in the yard. She's got to keep it off the plate.
That is 6 home runs on the weekend for the Sooners and 40 on the year. And 2-1 on Ella Parker. Parker, one of the 5 Sooners in the lineup today, batting over 400. That's hard hit back up the middle. And the offense restarts after the 3-run home run by Jennings as Parker follows with a single. And I think we're going to see a pitching change. We are.
See that pitch just left right up the middle of that plate. Ella Parker just able to send it right back where it came from.
So with Oklahoma, you just have to keep the ball down.
Keep the ball down. Let your defense work.
And down to second base goes Ella Parker. That's the other element that she can bring to the table. Maya Bland is 6 for 6 in stolen bases. This freshman class can really run. And maybe just a little bit of hesitation there for Marin, but that's all it takes. Ella Parker now 5 out of 6 in the stolen base department. Got the Oklahoma baseball team is finishing up a 3-game series with Central Florida just down the block at Eldale Mitchell Park. And right at the time that Tiare Jennings was hitting her 3-run home run, Oklahoma's Carter Frederick was hitting a home run over at Eldale Mitchell Park almost simultaneously. And Oklahoma, Skip Johnson Sooners going for a sweep as they swept a doubleheader yesterday over UCF to open Big 12 play. Jada Coleman takes a little bit outside. By the way, the Big 12 Women's Basketball Championships going on up at the T-Mobile Arena in Kansas City. And the women's teams from these 2 schools will be playing tomorrow in the Big 12 semifinals for a trip to the championship. Oklahoma is the back-to-back reigning regular season Big 12 champion in women's basketball. This is well hit. Left field it goes. Allen, though, back to the warning track and is able to make the play. In the middle of that warning track, Coleman flies to left. Only the 2nd time she's been retired this weekend. And 2 down now for Kenzie Hansen. So Ella Parker stays put at second base, and Hansen with an RBI chance. She was hitless yesterday, which that's kind of the same deal as Tiare Jennings.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen for 2 straight games very often.
I haven't seen that very much this weekend. That off speed. Keeping the hitters off balance is so important. Skerman has a really good screwball as well. She was able to throw that a lot yesterday and get it called for a strike.
So what's the action on that screwball that's different? Not everybody throws one of those.
No. So it'll go inside to a right-handed hitter, right at the hands. She was able to get that for a called strike, which is a hard pitch to hit.
A foul tip there, and strike 2 on Hansen. Why don't more throw it? Just a hard pitch to master?
I would say yes. I think that the spin of the ball, trying to control it, I've seen a lot of hit batters on that pitch.
Foul tip, but it's hung onto there by Marin, and a strikeout of Kenzie Hansen. So Skerman.
They've got to be strong on the base paths. I just want to see them be aggressive and capitalize on any opportunity that they're given. And then for OU, they've just got to finish strong. They've got to close out the weekend well, be smart in the box, be good on defense, just keep it clean and finish strong.
And you mentioned yesterday, along with Aaron Miller-Thiessen, who was with us, and pitching staff finished strong, complete games.
Yeah.
And Maxwell did that yesterday.
Yeah, I think they both did a really good job. Well, even Carly Keeney being able to come in and kind of finish that game. With Maxwell, Nicole May, they did what needed to be done. I know from the opening weekend here at Loves Field, Coach Gasso, there was a lot of emotions going on, and they were not super impressed with the pitching staff. So I think they stepped up and did what they needed to do.
Boy, you could tell Boone was battling that sun, almost squatted down and pulling away from that, but hung with it to pull it in. Spellhog is retired to start the second. We are still learning the intricacies of Loves Field. It's similar because of the positioning to Marita Hines, the size of the stadium, the wind direction, but the shadows with the awning and exactly where the sun is in relation to different times of the day. It's going to be a learning process to get used to it.
Yeah, there's a lot of adjustments that need to be made, and understanding where you're at in the field, where the sun is, where the wind's blowing, where these buildings are, what this awning does.
Little pop up here. Hansen squeezes it for the second out. And if you haven't been with us, if this is the first time you've tuned in to see this beautiful place, Sooners are only here on game day. It is still a construction zone. They're doing an amazing job. Every time we show up, a little more gets done, and it's a lot underneath what you don't see. But Oklahoma is unable to practice here. They come only to take your 7 minutes of infield, and that's what the opposing team does as well. So much of the learning is happening during the course of play, and that's not necessarily easy.
Yeah, I mean, they're having to treat this like it's an away game. Obviously, the OU fans are here. They've shown up. That's not an issue at all. But understanding the field and the padding and the foul territory and just the distance between one another, it's all so different. And when you can't practice here, it's tough to learn that.
There you go. You can see Marita Hines Field just up the street, up Jenkins. But the Sooners do, they'll hit up there at Marita Hines and then got a shuttle bus to come down here to Loves Field. Take your ground balls and kick the tires and light the fires.
Talking yesterday, just over at Marita Hines, there's a little bit more space on the foul lines down left and right field. So those are adjustments for right field, left field to understand where they're at in relation to fielding a foul ball. Coach Gasso said if we want to practice there, they've got to shut down construction. We can't afford to do that right now.
2 balls, 2 strikes here to Camille Marin. She was, Coach Gasso, just blown away at this place. She walked in for that first game day and just an unbelievable experience. There's the 3rd strikeout for Kirsten Deal. She has retired 6 straight. Run by Tiare Jennings in the first to capture this advantage. And Avery Hodge bunts the first pitch. Ashley Miner in from 3rd, springs forward, as we all did overnight, and throws out Avery Hodge. So we mentioned Skirman's start yesterday. That was the opening game of the doubleheader when she went into the circle and was very good the first 2 innings. But Destiny, this is typical of when you face Oklahoma. And JT Gasso's offenses adjust better than any offenses in the country.
Yeah. And, you know, I think that's typically why you'll see so many rotations throughout pitching staffs for the opponents. Once a pitcher is in and settled and the OU offense has seen her a number of times, they're going to make the appropriate adjustments and they're going to attack her.
Riley Boone homered yesterday, her first of the year, 6th of her career. Slashes this one into the alley in left center field and all the way to the base of the wall. Great speed and cruises into second with a 1-out double in the Sooner second.
She is just so fun to watch. She makes the game look so simple. really good contact. See her hands just getting level with that ball.
Back to the top of the order for Pickering. Oklahoma now with 13 extra base hits in 3 games this weekend. That is the Sooners' 7th double against the Cyclones. Pickering lined out to the center fielder Ochoa and hit the ball hard her first time. Two and one to Pickering. Batting .444, 3 home runs. It's come right in to play for the Sooners, the 3-time reigning national champions. And a freshman comes right into the lineup from day one. How do you do that, Destiny?
You know, it's a tough situation, but Pickering has handled it so well. Ella Parker has handled it great. I think it goes to show what the leadership of this team has done. It gives them the opportunity to feel comfortable stepping into these roles. With a hitter like Pickering coming in and being leadoff when she's called upon and looking so confident and comfortable, that goes to show you what kind of team you're working with.
Three balls, 2 strikes. Now here's a look at this class. Nellie McEnroe Marinas, we have seen a little bit as well. Parker, Pickering, and Maya Bland. All in the top 15 nationally. Bouncing ball in the hole at short. Ranches with a long throw and couldn't get her. Ranches did about all she could, but Pickering beats the rap at first base, and the Sooners have 2 aboard with 1 out.
It's a tough play to make. Ranches started deep in the hole, having to run up, cover some ground, try to make that play on the run. It's a good effort.
So Pickering gets the infield single, and the Sooners set the tables for Brito, who walked and scored on the Jennings home run back in the first. Brito, such a fiery player as well. Emotional. 7 home runs ties her for the team lead.
We may see a play call here to draw that defense in. It'll be an all-out fight between Ranches at shortstop and Riley Boone at second to be safe at third.
Two and one now. And now Skerman in danger of loading the bases for Sydney Sanders, who hit 3 home runs yesterday. It is just pick your poison with this Oklahoma lineup.
It is never ending.
And they're all poisonous. Big hack from Brito. 2 strikes.
It's a really good pitch.
Smoked past the third base umpire Kayla Young and Coach Patty Gasso. Count stays 3-2. Big strikeout for Skirman for out number 2. Climbed the ladder on Brito.
Really good job by Skirman on the circle. Just working the count. Really messing with Brito's eye level.
That is 2 strikeouts for Skirman since she took over for Aziza Rodriguez with only 1 away in the first. But now Sanders. Sanders 3 home runs in the doubleheader yesterday. Drove in 7 runs. And today she walked and scored on the Jennings home run in the first. Two and 0. Riley Boone doubled to start the inning. Pickering had an infield single.
Skirman is really trusting her stuff. I really like what I'm seeing. She's got confidence in every pitch that she's throwing, willing to take some off, willing to work both sides of the plate, up, down.
Jennings, who homered, is on deck with a 3-1 count on Sanders. Good off-speed pitch there. Runners will be ready to move on 3 and 2.
It's a great pitch with the 3-1 count. If you're able to trust that.
Ooh, that was close. I think Sanders leaning into that may have helped buy the call. And the bases are loaded for Jennings. So Sanders has walked twice in this game. And with 2 aboard, Tiare Jennings came to the plate back in the first inning and did this.
Tiare was due, but seeing that ball, that's not an easy pitch to get a hold of. Tiare just so strong.
Her 7th home run of the year, 25 runs batted in to lead this Sooner club. Bases full, but 2 outs. And you see that since the loss a week ago today to Louisiana, Oklahoma has been in attack mode. Midweek win over Texas A&M Commerce, and the 2 wins yesterday over Iowa State. That looks like Camille Marin will go out for a chat with Skirman with a 2-0 count on Tiare Jennings. Oklahoma will take on Tarleton State in a doubleheader non-conference play right here on Tuesday. Iowa State is headed up to Tulsa, where Jamie Pinkerton was previously the head coach. They'll play there on Tuesday. Get a little run through the Sooner State, the Cyclones. See their upcoming schedule. Then they are back into Big 12 play against Houston in the home opener as far as Big 12 play is concerned for the Cyclones. Houston got a big win over Texas back on Friday night to start conference play. Then the Longhorns evened up that series with a 9-2 win yesterday. Oklahoma and UCF, the only 2 teams to start conference play 2-0.
Big 12 is competitive.
Yeah, that's probably just indicative of how the season's going to go. Three and 1 now. What do you throw here?
Whatever it is, you've got to keep it down. She's working pretty confidently off the plate, that outside corner. See this pitch just kind of right under her bat.
Skirman got a big strikeout a moment ago. This one a slow roller cut off by Minor, and Skirman able to pitch out of the bases loaded 1-out situation without giving up a run. Malaysia Ochoa, she has retired 6 in a row since, and she faces Isabel Nosen, who gets her first start of the series this afternoon out at second base. Nosen has hit 1 home run on the year, batting .286. In fact, this is her first start of the year, her 9th appearance for the Cyclones. Freshman class just have to restock these days and maybe take advantage of the transfer portal, which has been a game changer. But this is the best 3-year run at Iowa State since the 1970s. And a big reason is this senior class that they will lose. Spellhog and Charles and Ranchez amongst them.
It's crazy to think that within these 2 teams, there's 20 seniors, 10 on each side. Rosters will need to be replenished.
Swing and a miss by Nosen. That is strikeout number 4 for Deal.
Deal is doing such a great job with that rise ball, getting them to see it just at their eyes with that late break.
Olivia Wardlow, the designated player for this one. She had a hit in 5 plate appearances in the doubleheader yesterday. Off to a good start, .357 average. Into center field, but right at Jada Coleman, 2 down.
You can see where Jada's kind of shaded slightly towards left on that other side of second base, but perfect placement.
You played out there. Sometimes those balls hit right at you are the most difficult to deal with. Into the gap in right center field. Coleman tracks it down and will hold Ochoa to a 2-out single. So she's been on base twice. Ochoa hit by pitch in the first, and now the 2-out single in the third.
I feel like we may be seeing something different with their next round through the lineup, just first pitch swinging. Kirsten has been able to work the count in her favor. And as soon as that happens, she's able to climb the ladder, which has caused some pop-ups and strikeouts. So their adjustment may be to just swing at the first good pitch you see.
I am down with that. I love that attitude. And that's something that Jamie Pinkerton talked with us. She said against Oklahoma, if you wait too long to adjust, you'll get buried. So it looks like that adjustment's been made. And Cyclones did that yesterday in the second game of the doubleheader. They came out aggressively. But Oklahoma's offense was just too much. Remember, they got 2 runs in the first inning off Nicole May yesterday. That second game.
No, you came back.
Angry.
Punched him right back.
Big 12's leading hitter, Angelina Allen, grounded out to Sydney Sanders at first base back in the first. She is 1 for 6 on the weekend. Average still sitting at a hefty .513. Maybe Pinkerton said she just wears you out as a coaching staff. She wants extra pitches and asking questions, making adjustments. Pop up, chasing back is Jennings into shallow left, and the inning is over. 2-out single for Ochoa, but she's left stranded. And the Sooners carry a 3-0 lead to the bottom. And they're locked up in another tight one down in Waco today. But you see, Oklahoma, Oklahoma State, Texas, Baylor, all in the top 15 nationally. First pitch swinging, Ella Parker, and she has a diving double. And another Sooner extra base hit, their third of the game. That is their second double today. And Ella Parker's 2 for 2.
Ella Parker, she's so good. She's seeing the ball so well. You could see her let that ball get so deep in the zone.
What a weekend for Ella Parker. She's 4 of 6 at the plate now. She's at second base to start things. Here's Jada Coleman. She hit a fly ball to the warning track that was caught by Angelina Allen, her first time in left field. Time call. What do we have here?
Looking like she forgot her calling card.
Ah. So she went over and took Kenzie Hansen's. Now what's Kenzie Hansen do? They're handing her another one.
They'll figure it out.
Now you got to rewrap everything. Jada Coleman had 3 hits in the doubleheader yesterday. 1-1 the count.
Jada Coleman was on fire yesterday, defensively, offensively.
Had a couple of misadventures on the base paths, but that's going to happen from time to time when you're as aggressive as she is.
It's hard to slow her down.
Good way to put it. 3-1. Sooners have 14 extra base hits on the weekend. And Skirman, unable to find that outside corner, issues the walk. You were talking about Jada Coleman yesterday. Just fun to watch, wasn't it?
Yeah, she's just a spark on offense, defense. You see her making diving plays, the energy she brings, finding her way on. She's just so fun.
And it's an infectious personality that emanates through to her teammates. As Kenzie Hansen stands in. Struck out her first time. First inning was when Skirman came on in relief of Rodriguez. And Skirman has yet to give the Sooners a run. She came on and got Coleman to fly out to left and then struck out Hansen to shut things down. But it will be tough to keep the Sooners scoreless here with 2 aboard and nobody out. Kenzie Hansen, who hit the walk-off game-winning home run in the debut of Love's Field last Friday. The 3-1, driven deep left field and gone. A 3-run home run for the captain, Kenzie. Her first hit of the weekend. And the Sooners lead 7-0. The previous pitch was called a strike. A ball on that pitch and a walk might have been a better outcome for the Cyclones. Second Oklahoma home run of the game. They've hit 7 on the weekend.
When Kinsey gets a good pitch that she can work with, it is typically going out of the yard. Just slightly inside, up at the hands. It's almost like she was expecting that pitch.
So 6-0 Sooners. And all the runs coming on 3-run home runs. Here is Avery Hodge, grounded to third her first time. Kinsey Hansen's 6th home run. RBIs 13, 14, and 15 for her this season.
It's a good opportunity for Hodge to really showcase herself. Keep the momentum strong. Get herself on base. Pass the torch to Boone. And keep this inning alive.
10th start of the year for Avery Hodge. She and Alina Torres have split playing time at second base this year. There's a base hit just over the outstretched glove of Ashley Minor and into left field. 3rd hit of the inning for the Sooners and their 7th of the game.
That's what you want to see out of Hodge. You want to see her capitalize on the opportunities that she's given. She stood in and swung at that one that typically you see her slapping through that 5-6 hole.
Jamie Pinkerton out to visit with the plate umpire Brad Newton. And I think we may have a pitching change, or will we? Conversation for now, and yes, later in her Cyclones career. But focusing more on the pitching these days. She faces Riley Boone with Avery Hodge at first and nobody out in the 3rd.
Talking to Pinkerton, he explained her emphasis on keeping the ball down as a pitcher. So I think this is a good call. If she could keep the ball in the yard, you've got to be able to defend your pitches. And I think, you know, giving up 2 home runs with runners aboard puts you at 6 runs. You've got to be able to keep the ball in and allow your defense to make some plays.
Cyclones have issued 4 walks in this game, and 3 of them have come home to score. Riley Boone homered yesterday. Hodge is on the move and slides in just underneath the tag of Nosen at second base. So Avery Hodge swipes her first base of the season.
Good throw by Marin.
I'll tell you, if Nosen had kept that tag applied, Hodge's foot came off the bag as she was standing up.
Nosen's approach to second base was a little deep. It was kind of behind the bag, just giving a free lane for Hodge to slide right in.
Riley Boone doubled her first time up in this game. Rolls this one to Nosen. Underhand flip. Nearly pulled Spellhog off the bag. There's the first out of the inning as Hodge advances to 3rd on the play. Matagasso chatting there with Hodge about what could happen here as the Sooners roll the lineup over to Pickering, batting for the 3rd time in as many innings in this game. She's 1 for 2. 0-2 on Pickering. Marin able to pounce on top of that one in the dirt. Pickering batting .455, which leads Oklahoma. She's clubbed 3 home runs. Well hit, straightaway center field. Ochoa can't reach it. It's off the E in Sooners. In to score comes Hodge on another Sooner double. This one off the bat of the freshman Cassidy Pickering.
This OU offense is just seeing the ball so well. And there's not many pitches that you can throw them that they can't handle. That pitch was down in the zone.
So that run will be charged to Skirman. And with Pickering at second, here is Brito. Brito is 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. She scored on Jennings' home run in the first inning. Hacking away at that one. Four hits and 4 runs in the inning for the Sooners. What do you think Coach Gasso's saying here?
No, it's looking like Brito kind of called that. She needed to take a second. Walked on over to Coach Gasso. She has had some really strong swing and misses. I think just trying to find that adjustment, find that timing.
That one bounces and deflects off of Marin. Pickering scoots to third on the wild pitch. Plate umpire Brad Newton just checking on Camille Marin. Marin, well, she took a hard foul ball off the mask last night. She's had some concussion issues this year. That one looked like got off her chest protector. And strike 2 to Brito. Cyclones have the infield in with the runner at third. Because in the grand scheme of things, that is the 8th run, and the run rule could be on after 5. So you kind of have to make sure that this one doesn't score. Fast forwarding a couple of innings, but still an important run. Strike 3 called. Tatum Johnson just blistered that one right down the middle. 2 down.
Yeah. Right down the middle. You see Brito just a little frustrated with herself. I felt that through the entire at bat.
This one is hit hard and deep to right center, and it's the 4th home run in 2 days for Sydney Sanders. She crushes one up onto the concourse outside the outfield wall in right center field. That was a blast. A swat by Sydney Sanders. 2nd home run of the inning and the 3rd of the game for the Sooners, who have hit 8 home runs in 2 days.
There's not a lot of pitches that you can get away with throwing to Sydney Sanders. I mean, her spray chart, she's all over the field. She's capable of working with any pitch you give her.
9-0 Sooners. Looks like we're going to see a pinch hitter as Alina Torres will bat for Tiare Jennings, who hit a 3-run home run back in the first. Man, this offense as explosive as it's ever been. So Alina Torres will step in. 6 runs in the inning for the Sooners. Alina Torres takes a strike. You just can't breathe against this lineup. You feel like you got a big strike out of Brito, and Sanders clobbers one.
It really is just never ending, and I think that goes back to the fact that the lineup has changed 23 times in 23 games.
Yeah, it's hard to prepare for.
Yeah.
You don't know who's going to be where. Not that any spots in the order are easy to deal with. That's 17 extra base hits in the 3 games this weekend. 8 home runs. And Torres spoils what might have been strike 3.
I feel like this lineup is so used to seeing the long ball that seeing doubles off the wall is really reassuring. I mean, they're capable of so much. They're aggressive on the base paths, but now we're adding so many doubles to what they're capable of. It's incredible.
Two and two on Alina Torres. Sydney Sanders this is entering the weekend. OPS and where she ranked, and now 4th in OPS. Those power numbers are off the charts this weekend.
She is on fire. The only junior on the roster.
4 home runs and 9 runs driven in this weekend for Sydney Sanders. Flare out into shallow right. It evades the glove of Nosen and lands for a single for Alina Torres. Sooners have batted around now.
It's a good battle by Alina Torres, and that's what Coach Gasso wants to see. When you get that opportunity to be a pinch hitter, you come in and work the count, make the pitcher work, find your way on.
So Ella Parker bats for the 2nd time here in the 3rd inning. She has 2 hits in this game. Earlier this inning, she doubled and scored on the Kinsey Hansen 3-run home run. How's that scorebook looking over there, Destiny?
Oh, it's going to get rough. How's yours looking?
It's a disaster. 1-0 pitch coming to the freshman Ella Parker. She's got 4 hits in the 3 games this weekend. 10 hits in the game now for the Sooners. 6 of them arriving in this inning. Matty Gasso thinking over some substitutions. Looks like Hannah Core is on deck and would get a pinch hit opportunity should Parker reach. Eight of the 9 runs have scored on home runs in this game. And this might be another. Parker, deep drive and gone to left center field. Power from the freshman. Another 2-run home run for the Sooners. And the lead swells to 11-0 in the 3rd.
I mean, there is no question to these balls that are leaving the yard. They are out of here.
Ella Parker is 3 for 3 today. A single, a double, a homer. She has 5 hits in 7 plate appearances this weekend. And the Cyclones are forced to make another pitching change. Looks like Jaden Ralston is going to come on and try to get the final out in the inning. Hanson, Sanders, and Parker. And 4 home runs in the game. 9 home runs for the weekend. And plate umpire Brad Newton out for a little conversation. We've seen Hannah Core some this weekend. It is an 8-run 3rd inning for Oklahoma. They may not be done yet after Parker's home run. Hannah Core, the redshirt sophomore from Yorba Linda, California. Sidelined by a back injury last season. Her 3rd year in Norman. Really just her 2nd season to play. Jaden Ralston misses a little low with that one. Sophomore from Paso Robles, California. Or lines this one hard but foul, out of play.
Ralston battled some forearm injury. Just barely getting back in the swing of things.
Pitched well yesterday. She went 2 2/3 scoreless innings with 3 strikeouts. She pitched in game number 2. I beg your pardon, that was game number 1. Came on in relief to pitch that one. Core fights this one down the right field line. Bounds off the base of the retaining wall. We'll do it all over again on 2 2. Oklahoma baseball just down the streets, bidding for a sweep of UCF and up 11-1 in the 6th inning. So both these Sooner Diamond Sports teams trying to start Big 12 play 3-0 as Core rolls one off the heel of the glove of Spellhog. And she just did beat Core to the bag. Inning over, but damaged her throw 2 scoreless innings on Wednesday night here against Texas A&M Commerce. But she spent 1 season at Wisconsin, 80 innings pitched, and had 82 strikeouts in those 80 innings. She's a sophomore from Cedarburg, Wisconsin. Sooners have numerous defensive changes. Avery Hodge is over to play shortstop. Quincy Lilio comes in to play second base. Looks like behind the plate, got Riley Ludlam back there. And trying to survey the outfield, Pickering, I think, still in left. They have Boone still in right field. And Hannah Core is in center, replacing Jada Coleman. I think that's it. Maybe I should wait for them to make it official, right? But there are a bunch of changes, and I think they're still trying to get all those locked in. No, Maya Bland is out in right, and Ella Parker is in left. Hannah Core is in center. So the only two who are where they were to start are the corner infielders, Brito. Nope, Brito's not out there either. Torres is at third. Sydney Sanders is the only player in the same position in which she started. That's first base. Here's Tiana Poole, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. That's the other thing about the Sooners, the quality depth that they have built.
It is really incredible we've seen this all weekend really. Yesterday we saw some changes towards the end of the game with everybody that's interchangeable is still really good.
There's strike 3 called. Monticelli into the game and strikes out the first batter that she faces.
Really good pitch moving towards that inside corner, right at the knees.
First pitch swinging is Alicia Ranchez, the shortstop. Monticelli, it's here it comes, hit it if you can, isn't it?
She's got some speed on her. Great velocity, good movement. I think with her time under Coach Rocha, she's going to be really good in the next couple years.
So we have seen this weekend Maxwell, May, Deal, and now Monticelli. Haven't seen Carly Keeney or S.J. Guerin. Two up, 2 strikeouts for Peyton Monticelli. And that is 6 strikeouts for Sooner pitching today.
Really working her way around the zone, finding the holes for each batter.
So here's Carly Spellhog, who flied out to right field her first time. Paint on the outside corner.
She's got a solid routine in the circle. The way she talks to her infield. Gets her mind right, approaches the mound.
Lifted to left field. Parker circles back and watches this one sail out of here. Carly Spellhog with the first home run of the weekend for the Cyclones. And that makes it an 11-1 game. Two-strike pitch and gone over the left field wall.
Monticelli just leaving that pitch belt high. But those are the mistakes that Iowa State needs to capitalize on. You've got to take advantage of those pitches when you get them. With the velocity of Monticelli, the movement. If she makes that mistake, you want to see them take advantage of it.
What are the odds of that? The only Iowa State fan in the outfield catches the home run. What if we found out that's a relative of Spellhog as well? What would be those chances? Pinch hitter on now.
I mean, he is the only person in yellow out there.
He is. Paige Nakashima will get a pinch hitting appearance, batting for Ashley Minor. Yeah, if you had the wide shot, I mean, there might be one other yellow shirt, and I don't even think it's an Iowa State yellow. I just think it's someone wanting to wear a bright color to the game. That's a Sooner fan.
There he is.
Ninth appearance for Paige Nakashima for the Cyclones this year. Little pop-up. Lilio has it, and the inning's over, but the Cyclones get on the board. Solo home run from Carly Spellhog. It is Oklahoma 11, Iowa State batting .550. Riley Ludlam up first. Now catching, replacing Kinsey Hansen, who hit a 3-run home run earlier in this game. Jayden Ralston back out to the circle. Ralston, the 4th pitcher of the day used by the Cyclones. And here's Ludlam. The transfer from Furman University, where she was the Southern Conference Player of the Year last season. She hit 10 home runs, drove in 41 at Furman last year.
I've really enjoyed watching her come into this situation. You know, coming in as a senior yourself, as a transfer, understanding that Kinsey Hansen has been here her whole career. She's the captain, but still willing to give it your all and be the best that you can be to help this team.
This might be a base hit. It will be an infield single for Riley Ludlam as she edged that one under the glove of the pitcher Ralston, and Nosen had no shot.
It's a good battle, doing what you can with 2 strikes. She got it behind in the count pretty quickly.
Avery Hodge will get a crack at it. She singled into left field her last time up. Maddie Knowles, by the way, is on to do the catching for Iowa State. Hodge lifts this one to straightaway center field. Wynn gonna toy with it a bit, but Ochoa chases it down for the first out. And Maya Bland will be the batter in the number 9 spot. Batting for Riley Boone, who had a double and was 1 for 2 today. Argyle High School in Texas for this freshman. One and one to Bland.
Bland will have an exciting career here. She's got a lot of potential. She's quick. She's aggressive.
She leads Oklahoma in stolen bases. She is 6 out of 6 in that category. So when we've seen her get aboard, they've been able to unleash her on the bases.
With the 10 seniors leaving, I think next season we'll really see her shine.
Rifle down the left field line, and that is a fair ball into the corner. Ludlam will get the stop sign from Patty Gasso down at third. It's a double for Maya Bland. And that is her first double as a Sooner. Extra base hit number 8 for Oklahoma in this game. And back to the top of the order for Cassidy Pickering, who's 2 for 3 in this game and 4 out of 8 on the weekend. Pickering doubled home a run in the third. And then she scored on Sydney Sanders' home run in that third inning. Sooners got 8 runs on 7 hits to blow the doors wide open in that third inning. Three and 0 to Pickering. Quincy Lilio is on deck. What's the chant? Is that what you're listening to?
Yes. Yes. They are trying to get in Ralston's head, I'll tell you that.
Pickering waves through that one. Strike 2 and a full count now. It is 4 doubles and 4 home runs now for the Sooners after Bland's double here in this inning. Little pop-up. Nosen retreats into shallow right and grabs out number 2 for the Cyclones. Runners remain at second and third, and Quincy Lilio sees her first at bat of the day. Lilio batting for Alyssa Brito.
I'd love to see Lilio keep the momentum and energy alive, get herself on base. When Coach Gasso makes these changes to the lineup, she wants to see them step up and keep the game moving.
Regardless of the situation, right?
Regardless.
Lilio takes a strike from Ralston.
She saw what she needed to see from Ludlam, getting the opportunity in the box. Same thing with Maya Bland. Now it's Lilio's turn.
Lilio 1 hit on the season. It's a double. Quincy Lilio out of beautiful Oceanside, California. Redshirted 2 years ago. Made a few starts last year, 12 starts. Touches this one to deep right. Poole back to the warning track, and Quincy Lilio has left the yard. Her first home run of the season, the 5th home run for Oklahoma today. 14-1. And just as you said, that's what Patty Gasso wants to see. Situations. Can you take advantage when you get your opportunity? And Bland and Lilio have done that here in this inning.
Yeah, and Coach Gasso wants to see that. She wants to know that there is no difference between who I start out there and who finishes this game. We're all capable of doing damage, and you see that with Lilio, just seeing a pitch that she can really work with, getting that barrel through the zone.
And that home run is presented by OERB, the people of Oklahoma Oil and Natural Gas. 5 Sooner home runs in this game, 9 extra base hits, and a 14-1 lead. And Sydney Sanders, who homered in the third, her 4th home run of the weekend, will stand in.
The Sooner offense is settling into Love's Field.
Yeah, I would think so. And you said it earlier, these have not been wall scraping home runs.
These are out of the park. I mean, no question.
The one that Sanders hit, it went up the stairs and onto the concourse out in right center field. Sanders also has 2 walks in this game. She hit 3 home runs yesterday in the doubleheader. Three and 0.
It's a tough situation for this pitching staff. There's no break. And there's not a pitch you can throw that they can't get a hold of.
Sydney Sanders has driven in 9 runs this weekend. She draws a 2-out walk. And Alina Torres will get a chance. Torres, the 7th batter of this 4th inning. See the score on the panhandle of Oklahoma. Knowles out for a quick chat here with Ralston. Alina Torres had a base hit, scored a run her first time up, batting in place of Tiare Jennings. Tiare Jennings hit a 3-run home run today. Twelve different Sooners have scored a run in this game. This one fouled out of play. 2 strikes on Alina Torres. Sooners starting defense of their Big 12 title in resounding fashion this weekend. They've won 11 straight regular season titles. This will be their final trip through the Big 12. Torres rolls this one to third. Minor plays it across. Inning over. Oklahoma goes for the sweep. 13 of the 14 runs have come via the long ball today. And Peyton Monticelli back out to try to shut down the Cyclones and get Oklahoma to 3-0 to start Big 12 conference play.
You see in that replay of all of those home runs, they're all over the field. They're seeing pitches so well on both sides of the plate. They're able to send it out no matter where it's pitched.
Maddie Knowles, the new catcher, batting here against Monticelli. Iowa State's lone run coming on a Carly Spellhog solo home run in the top of the 4th. And 1-2. Peyton Monticelli on in relief of Kirsten Deal, who went the first 3 innings scoreless in the circle. Kirsten Deal is up to her last 5 starts, 22 scoreless innings pitched after what she did in her outing today.
So your pitching staff is off to a really good start, considering this is the first time they're having to play the same team 3 times in a row. I've liked what I've seen with Coach Gasso and Coach Rocha making the decisions of who's starting when, and we're seeing Maxwell, we saw Nicole May do well, we saw Kirsten Deal do well, Peyton Monticelli's doing a really good job.
Strike 3 called, the 3rd strikeout for Peyton Monticelli.
Those are the pitches that you've got to try to do something with. You see her reaction, like, man, there's no question there.
That is 7 strike. Very good appearances for Gearin. Isabel Nosen, second baseman for Iowa State, with 1 away and the base is clear. Offense so far this weekend has produced 29 runs, but the pitching staff's only given 3. Remember a shutout in the opener, complete game shutout from Maxwell yesterday. Nicole May had a good start yesterday, gave 2 early runs, and a good start today from Deal, 3 scoreless innings. Three and 1 on Nosen now. And there's ball 4. 1 out walk.
This is where you want to see SJ kind of come in and just shut it down.
See a pinch hitter for Iowa State. Paige Zender will bat for Olivia Wardlow. Zender in her 4th appearance of the year, looking for her first hit.
Just missed that outside corner.
Going to have a little chat here. Ludlam is out from behind the plate, and Avery Hodge comes in from short, just to reaffirm the confidence of Gearin. She starts 2-0 to Zender after the walk to Nosen.
Yeah, I'd like to see her just get comfortable in there. I could sense that she's kind of forcing the location out of the hand. You want to see her trust her stuff, feel free at the release.
Crowd certainly wanted that one, but it's 3-0. The top of the order, Ochoa up next for the Cyclones, and there's a strike.
This is where SJ has to understand that it's not all on her to close out this game. If you can roll up some ground balls, fly balls.
There's a rollover, tough play. Hodge on, and a strike to first on the move. That retires Zender. Cyclones down to their final out.
Really good play by Hodge. Fielding that on the run, making the throw on the run. See her charging in really aggressively. Closing that gap between the ball and herself, trying to get there as quick as possible.
So here's Ochoa, who has one of the 2 Iowa State hits in this game. She had a single in the 3rd. The other hit was Spellhog's home run in the 4th inning. Ochoa's been on base twice today and 4 times this weekend. Got hit by a pitch to start the game. One and one now. And the Cyclones down to their final strike now against S.J. Gearing.
I love that the crowd has not budged. They are here through the last pitch.
Full house at Love's Field again today. Rising in anticipation. In the hole. Hodge got to it, but will not have a play. And Ochoa has her 2nd hit of the game. Nosen moves down to 3rd.
Really good play by Hodge, covering a lot of ground, sticking with it. Good decision by holding on to it. Ochoa has some speed.
And Angelina Allen, the leading hitter in the Big 12, stands in. Batting .506 now. Sooners have really limited her this weekend, though. She's just 1 of 7, including 0 for 2 in this game. Two and 0. Strike over the outside corner. Allen today has grounded to first and popped up to short. And now it moves to 2-2 with 2 down. Oklahoma trying to go to 22-1 on the season. And it would be 4 wins since having their 71-game winning streak snapped 1 week ago today. Strike 3 called, and Oklahoma sweeps it on the weekend. They win 14-1 by run rule on a Sunday.